The highlands of Toraja always hold stories that drift gently like the morning mist wrapping around the traditional Tongkanan houses. Behind this quiet landscape, the people live side by side with traditions passed down through generations, one of the most remarkable being Manene. Outsiders might see the ritual as extraordinary, but for the Torajan community, it is a natural part of life's journey. There is no fear in it, only respect and affection. In Toraja's worldview, death is not an abrupt ending. They believe the spirit continues its journey to another realm, and as long as that journey lasts, the relationship with the living remains. Manene serves as a bridge between the world that can be seen and the one beyond sight. The ritual creates a moment for families to meet their ancestors again. Unlike in many places where death is treated with distance, Manene does the opposite. The Torajan people see honoring ancestors as a responsibility that does not end at the funeral. Opening the coffin, cleaning the body, and dressing it in new clothes is considered a deeply respectful gesture. Despite the steady march of modern life, Manene endures as a cultural identity. Researchers from across the globe note that the ritual has never fully faded. Instead, it remains a vital symbol of Torajan life. Whenever the ritual takes place, families seem to piece together old stories that once shaped their lineage. Thus, Chapter 1 sets the gateway. Manene is not merely a ritual, but a way for people to preserve memory, something rare in many cultures, yet essential in Toraja. When Manene is carried out, the atmosphere is far from tense. Instead, families gather warmly, sharing stories and reminiscing about the loved ones who have passed away. The ritual begins with reopening the coffin, followed by carefully preparing and cleaning the body. This process is done gently, not out of fear, but out of deep respect. Anthropological studies note that the Torajan community treats the body of an ancestor as a symbol of continuity within their lineage. Ancestors are not just historical figures, but guardians of the household. During the ritual, families often tell stories about the deceased so the younger generation understands who helped shape their identity. Through this, Manene becomes a living archive of family history. Choosing new clothes for the ancestor is also a meaningful moment. Families often select items that reflect the personality or status of the person when they were alive. Each piece of clothing carries a message that family ties remain intact even beyond death. In this small but significant act, affection endures across generations. Researchers have noted that Manene is not performed arbitrarily, but in certain periods agreed upon by the family. This preserves its sacredness and prevents it from becoming a mere spectacle. Every step is carried out with sincerity, ensuring that the essence of the ritual is protected. Through Manene, the Torajan people show that love finds its fullest form when it is offered not only to the living, but to those who have long departed. This is the heart of the ritual that sets it apart from traditional funerary customs elsewhere. From an academic perspective, Manene provides insight into how a community preserves its cultural identity through a sustained relationship with its ancestors. Anthropologists often describe Toraja as a society that views death as part of a continuous cycle rather than an endpoint. This aligns with various ethnographic studies in Southeast Asia, emphasizing intergenerational spiritual ties as key pillars of traditional societies. Manene also functions as a ritual of collective memory. In many cultures, ancestors live only through spoken stories, but in Toraja, those memories become tangible. The body is touched again, the face is recognized once more, and the person is brought back into conversation. Through this direct engagement, family history is not merely narrated, it is re-experienced. Studies show that physical encounters with ancestral remains strengthen one's sense of identity. Younger generations do not just hear names, they see them. This creates a stronger emotional connection to lineage, especially in an era where many people feel increasingly distant from their roots. Toraja, however, continues to build that connection with care. Anthropologists also highlight how the Torajan people have preserved Manene even as modern education and technology continue to grow. Many well-educated Torajan youth still participate in the ritual, viewing it not as an outdated practice, but as an essential part of who they are. For them, Manene is not only cultural heritage, but a stabilizing force in family life. This chapter affirms that Manene is not just a unique tradition, but evidence of how culture survives when rooted in deep values, reverence, continuity, and identity. In an age where everything moves quickly, Manene offers a simple yet powerful lesson. It teaches that relationships do not have to fade when someone leaves the physical world. The Torajan people remind us that affection does not dissolve with time or distance when it is nurtured through memory and reverence. The ritual brings families back together, reconnecting them with fragments of the past. For many modern observers, the idea of reopening a grave may feel unfamiliar. But when viewed closely, Manene conveys a universal message: do not let family ties disappear with time. Torajan families practice this literally and symbolically, demonstrating the strength of community bonds in their culture. Outside Toraja, people often lose contact with their family histories beyond a few generations. Manene presents a mirror, showing the importance of honoring one's roots. Because identity is built upon those who came before us. It is a reminder that knowing our past helps strengthen our present. The ritual also carries social significance. When families gather for Manene, they rebuild connections that might have been weakened by distance, busy schedules, or disagreements. The ritual becomes a space for reconciliation, storytelling, and emotional restoration, something modern life often overlooks. Ultimately, Manene is not a ritual about death,